Welcome to the Tuesday edition of Juan's World, and of course today is Christmas Eve. So I've called this episode Anticipation, and the reason I've done that is because I always enjoy the eve of a festivity much more than the festivity itself. I mean, it hasn't always been that way, obviously. When I was a little boy, I was just delighted with Christmas Day itself. But as I've gotten older, I've just enjoyed the anticipation of the festivity. It could be Christmas Eve, it could be New Year's Eve. I have a celebration called Birdie Eve. that is the eve of my birthday. There are all kinds of eves, if you like. So let's talk about that. Let's talk specifically about Christmas Eve. Now, I have been doing a lot of shopping and cooking, and if you are on my Facebook page with me, you'll see that I've got a big album, and I have an album every year, and it goes all the way back to Stir Up Sunday, which is the Sunday before the first Sunday in Advent, and then I've got the 4 Sundays in Advent, and then Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, and so on. And I'll see if I can put a link in the description below of what I call Unpacking Christmas, because I like to celebrate slowly, like going up a hill slowly to the Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then down towards Epiphany. I'm not going to do that again, but I am going to talk about the eve of celebrations, and particularly Christmas Eve. Now, yesterday I decided to go out to a mall that's about, I don't know, it's about 7 or 8 kilometers away, because I had made steak and kidney pie. And then that's part of my sort of Advent build-up a little bit. But I thought, I wonder if Aeon Mall has kidneys, because I had some in the freezer that were getting very old, and so I made them into the pie. I thought, well, maybe I can have a steak and kidney pudding, which is what I really like. So I went to the Aeon Mall and, took some photos of the decorations and so forth. And then went into the supermarket there and fussicked around, because on Christmas Eve I like to do fish, shellfish, various dishes that are meatless, because Christmas Eve in the old tradition is a fasting day, so you can't have meat and various other things, but you can have fish. And Sir Gawain and the Green Knight has this wonderful passage in which they're all meeting at King Arthur's court in Camelot, and they're marveling over the fact that it's Christmas Eve, and so they're not supposed to have meat, but they have a superabundance of fish and so forth that makes it feel like a feast. Well, that's what I like to do, and I will get round to that eventually. But for the moment, I was thinking maybe the supermarket in Aeon Mall has kidneys, because the one that I go to where I used to live down by the palace pretty much always has a few kidneys. So I went in there and look, an ox kidney. I'm used to just being able to get a couple of pork kidneys, which are okay, but ox kidneys are the real gem. And there were 4 of them, and I just snagged them all. The three of them are in the freezer, and this one I cut up, and I had some beef, and I put it all together. I made some suet pastry. Turned out to be not terribly successful. So I made some suet pastry. In goes the steak and kidney. Cap it all off. Put it in the steamer for 4 hours, and then turn it out. Well, it didn't turn out as well as I might have expected. Partly because I think the suet mix that I was using was not terribly good, and partly because I think I made it too thin. I'm not sure. I'll do it again because I've got 3 other kidneys, and I'll use just plain suet and self-raising flour next time, and I think it'll work out better. So I also made a shiitake mushroom gravy and had a wonderful dish of steak and kidney pudding with mushroom gravy and asparagus. So that, I mean, I know it's not a real recipe, but it gives you the basic idea. And what I'm trying to get at is that I like to move slowly to Christmas Day in anticipation by going to shops, getting ingredients, cooking, just generally being active in an anticipatory mode. And that's what today is all about. I don't think I'm going to have the time because I haven't done the cooking yet. I'm going to make what's called cazuela de mariscos, which is a shellfish casserole from Colombia, and some smoked salmon, and some caviar, and various other things of a fishy nature. And then Christmas Day itself, I'm roasting a shoulder of lamb, and with Christmas pudding, of course. You'll see that on Friday. I'll take photos and do videos, and you'll see that all on Friday. But for now, please tell your friends about my videos. Please like, please subscribe, and I hope you have a wonderful Christmas.